Happy Saturday, or greetings whenever you're joining us. My name is Caitlin. This is Comeback Yoga's Level 2 Saturday morning class, and this month we have been focusing on resilience, building resilience, yes, and also maybe recognizing that we already have resilience and just practicing with something that we're good at, a strength that we already have. And today's practice um, is really a reminder that whether this is your first yoga class ever or you practice with comeback yoga all the time, this is just your normal Saturday morning, every Saturday, you have shown up for yourself. You have chosen yourself for this time. That, my friends, is resilience. And I wanted us to just enjoy that and to thank you for doing that and make this practice as much as possible the fun one. Like just one where it's all the good poses. And that's funny because, of course, all poses can be good and have something to bring us, I think. But I just asked around this week, asked people, what their favorite poses were. There's some of mine in here too, and I really hope some of your favorite poses are here. And guess what? It's all optional. This is your time. This is your practice. So if I was silly and remiss and I missed your favorite pose, go there anyway. Take your practice for today and know that I am so thankful for you and I'm glad to meet you here. Everything's optional. I said that, and just remember that and know that if ever I'm cueing something that you don't want to do, skip it. Find something that feels good for you. And just remember that pain isn't really a part of yoga. So if we're trying something new, which we might today, just remember that if that pose brings a new pain, it's that pain is a message to explore something else. Maybe ease off or find a different pose altogether. It's up to you. And of course, if I'm experiencing persistent pain and I'm practicing yoga, that's great. You're totally welcome. And know that this is here for you. And just remember that you know your body better than anyone. And I want you to practice at your own pace, with intention and with patience. So we're going to get started in a comfortable seat. And I would recommend, as always, there's no shame in the wall game, setting up next to a wall or a sturdy chair, a piece of furniture. It's always helpful. If you ever see me practicing yoga in the wild, I will be up against a wall because I get dizzy. So just know that I recommend those supports. And today I have a pillow with me. I highly recommend just grabbing a pillow. Don't be scared. Nothing too wild's gonna happen. It'll just be nice to have to support you. And once you've arrived, collected all of your things, come to your mat. Find a seat that feels good for you and settle in. Maybe that means for you noticing your space with acceptance. No to-do lists are racking up. You're just noticing, maybe with fresh eyes, the space that surrounds you. Or maybe you're noticing the parts of your body that touch the mat. And allowing every single part to feel at ease, feel rested and heavy, even if maybe you didn't come feeling rested. Settle in and arrive. And then we're going to take our 3-part breath. A fellow comeback yoga teacher introduced this breath to me. He's a great friend, Rob. Check out his classes. We're going to practice Rob's 3-part breath here. To get started first, though, let's bring our hands together, palms facing one another, and just create some friction. Maybe rub the hands together and notice the temperature change. Make some warmth for yourself. And as you move your hands, can you think about sending good thoughts to your palms, like you are good. Or if that's too woo woo for today, skip it. Can you send some accepting thoughts? Neither good nor bad, just it is as it is. It's okay. Cool. Once we have some warmth, some good stuff in our palms, I'm going to place one palm over my heartbeat and one palm over my belly button and allow the palms to accept everything that they find there. It is what it is. It's okay. And then notice your breath with these palms. So there's no need to change your breath in any way. But as you breathe, you might physically notice or visually notice your hands moving. Maybe one hand, maybe both. And then for the next few breaths together, let's think about breathing with our chest. So filling up the lungs and feeling this hand over the heartbeat lift and fall. Maybe the shoulders are lifting and falling. And breathe at your own pace. And just notice the sensations as you fill your chest with air. Inhale. And then let it sink with your exhale. And the lungs on the right side have 3 globes, 3 chambers. So as you breathe into your right side, can you think about filling every single one? 1, 2, 3. And then letting it go. 3, 2, 1. And the lungs on the left side have 2 chambers. There's extra space for your heart. And as you inhale, think about filling those chambers. Ribs are expanding, and then emptying the chambers as the ribs contract. For 3 more breaths at your pace, just breathe with your chest. Awesome. From here, think about stilling the hand over your chest and breathing with the hand over your belly. Thinking about, as you inhale, the belly button pressing away from the spine, ribs open wide and expand, and then contract as the belly button comes a little bit closer to the spine. As you exhale. This is our diaphragmatic breathing, and it might feel really weird, and that's okay. You're still doing it right, I'm sure. Don't worry about that. And it's okay if the hand over the heartbeat is still moving. As much as possible. Sending the hand over the belly button away from the spine and then back in, using just your breath. Can you do that for 2 more breaths? You're doing great. Okay, from here, we're going to use our full breathing apparatus. So the diaphragm, the lungs, anything you need to inhale fully and deeply, to exhale, send it all out. For 2 more breaths. So great, friends. From here, let's set our intention. You can leave the hands where they are or let them rest wherever feels good. And this intention is just something you want for yourself. Maybe it's tapping into your resilience. Maybe it's staying with your breath. Maybe it's I am important. Whatever it is. Breathe it in. Allow your body to fill up from your toes all the way to the crown of the head, and then exhale. Send out your intention. One more time. Breathing it in, filling up. And then when you're ready, sending out your intention, and we will move on as if it's already so. That's already the case. So you can always stay here, breathing, feeling your breath. If you're ready to move on, we will find our cobra pose. So we're going to come to lie on the belly with the legs extended back, and the tops of the feet are pressing into the mat. And my palms are underneath my shoulders. My head is going to rest on the mat. Cool. From here, I'm going to press in the tops of the feet, so much so that maybe the kneecaps lift or the thighs engage, drawing the shoulder blades away from the ears towards one another. And there's little to no weight in the hands, so you can wiggle your fingers or even allow them to hover. They're just resting. Okay. From here, on an inhale, we're going to lift head, neck, and chest. Just using the muscles of your core. And then let it go on your exhale. Allow the forehead to sink down. Knees can sink down. The whole body becomes heavy. Just release. Beautiful. On your next inhale, let's just one more time, baby cobra, lifting up, head, neck, and chest, pressing into the tops of the feet. So strong. Let it go. Okay, from here, maybe you choose to take that one more time, or maybe you choose to take full cobra. So we're going to still press into the tops of the feet, and now we're going to press into our hands, sealing the fingers towards the mat, pressing all the finger pads, the balls of the fingers and the heels of the palms. We're going to inhale and slowly press the mat away, slowly straightening the arms or even just increasing the angle of your elbows. Cool. So our shoulders are square with the front of the mat, and our gaze is towards the front of the mat, not towards the ceiling or straight in front of us. So hopefully you feel a nice bend in the back body, or you could be at your baby cobra, really lifting with the muscles of the core, the back and the front. Breathing here for 2 more breaths. Shoulders still drawing away from the ears wherever you are. So strong. And on your exhale, let everything come down. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to press up into child's pose. So I'm going to press my hands into the mat, pressing the mat away, come up onto my knees, and then from here, I'm going to sneak my knees a little wider. Maybe you want to keep your knees narrow. That's totally fine. I like to keep them a little wider, and then I'm going to bring my big toes to touch towards one another. From there, my hips are going to sink down towards the heels, and my arms are staying extended. If you like, you might bring the pillow that you found in front of you and rest your hands on that pillow. See if you like that deeper stretch in the shoulders. If you have a hard time with the weight of the hips coming down towards the legs and they're not quite feeling comfortable, you might even bring that pillow on top of the calves, something to support you. Maybe you bring your hands along your calves. Totally up to you. Make this your child's pose. We're going to take a few breaths here. And child's pose is an amazing pose, I think, to notice your breath. And if you don't want to notice your breath, I think it's a great pose to come back to your intention. Allow your focus to remain there. You might notice an extension through the spine as you reach the tailbone down. You might notice a stretch in the shoulder blades, the triceps, the hips. You might bring your awareness to everywhere you feel sensations. Remembering your breath is a sign of your resilience. For 3 more breaths. Okay, friends, remember you can always stay here. If you're ready to move on, I'm going to lift the hips. The shoulders are going to draw forward. And if you had a pillow behind you, you can ditch it or keep it there, whatever. Totally up to you. Okay, so I'm lifting my hips. And then I'm going to find a twist. So maybe you want to bring your right hand underneath your right shoulder. And then I'm going to lift my left hand high, like opening through the chest, stacking the left shoulder over the right, even if it's just here, doesn't matter. And then when you're ready, I'm going to thread the needle or bring the left hand under the right armpit, left shoulder comes down, and side of the head or even the forehead can rest on the mat. Maybe your right hand stays below your right shoulder. Maybe you extend the right hand long. Hips are still lifted. Think about the right armpit drawing down towards the mat. Probably you won't touch, but it's just drawing downwards. To kind of square your shoulders as much as possible. For 2 breaths. And then if you extended your right hand, let's bring it back underneath the shoulder blade. I'm going to press the mat away with the right hand and switch sides. So left palm is resting on the mat. I'm going to extend, find an opening through the right hand lifting, right shoulder stacking over left shoulder. And when you're ready, thread the needle, draw the right shoulder down to the mat, and there I got my mic. Extend the left hand forward if you like. Left armpit's drawing down towards the mat, so we're kind of just squaring the left shoulder for the mat, allowing it to be heavy. Hips are still lifted. For 3 breaths. Beautiful. When you're ready, we're going to slide the left hand back underneath the left shoulder, press up, and then from here we will find our downward facing dog. So I'm going to walk my hands a little forward. I'm going to point my toes so that they're behind my knees now, if they were drawing in. Just point them behind your knees. And then tuck the toes, lift the hips. So using a lot of strength here, point the tailbone for the sky, and allow the shoulder blades to still draw away from the ear. So they're drawing towards the tailbone. And then consciously let go of the muscles of the backs of the thighs. Just allow the heels to sink wherever they may. From here, once you've found your down dog, maybe you bring some movement in. Bending one knee and then the other, dropping one heel and the other, maybe shimmying your shoulders or your hips. Maybe coming into a plank and then pressing back into down dog, whatever feels good for you. Lovely. And then from here, find stillness in your downward facing dog. You got it. Allowing the head to be heavy. For 3 more breaths. And when you're ready, we're going to meet standing at the top of the mat. So maybe you come back through your knees and then step forward. Maybe you walk your feet towards your hands or your hands towards your feet, whatever works. Find a forward fold and then slowly roll all the way up to standing, thinking about stacking vertebrae over vertebrae until the head is over the heart, over the hips. Beautiful. So we're going to take Tadasana pose, or just easy standing pose. So less of a tense pose, really just finding our footing, finding our balance, allowing the shoulders to continually draw away from the ears and towards one another, kind of opening the front body and then sending this grounding sensation in the back body. So strong. Okay. From here, we're going to find Warrior One. So I'm going to step my left foot back. My weight's going to come into my right foot. I step my left foot back, and this is where you get to choose your own adventure. So there's a bend in my right knee. Let's look at our left foot. Maybe you have your left ankle lifted, and that feels really stable. You have space for your hips, and that's what you want. That's great. Maybe you're there. Check in with the foundation. If you need more stability, you might step the left foot forward a little more, or even out a little more to give your hips a little more space. Cool. Or, so you might have your heel lifted, or you might have your heel down. If your heel comes down, your back toes are going to point out towards the long side of the mat. So maybe they're at a 45-degree angle. Maybe they're at your own angle. Whatever feels good. If your heel is down, we're still going to orient our hips towards the front of the mat. So the hip points are still pointing forward. If that feels silly on your back knee, it might be more helpful to step the feet back or out to the side, or it might be more helpful to pop the heel up. So all that to say, find your foundation. Okay, settle in, and then this will be your Warrior One for your practice. Remember, you can always switch back and forth. So find your footing, really pressing as much of the feet into the mat as you possibly can. And then checking with the hips, that the right hip is coming backwards, the left hip is coming forward, so that their hip points are pointing forward. Cool. From here, shoulders are drawing away from the ears. Maybe the hands come palms to meet in front of the chest. Maybe the arms lift up overhead. Totally up to you. Draw the navel into spine. Think about tucking the hips or pointing the tailbone for the mat. Breathing here for 3 more breaths. Inhaling the intention, your why for this practice. Exhaling, allowing the shoulders to be heavy, settling in. Lovely. From here, Warrior Two. So we're going to drop the hands. Back heel is going to come down if it's not already, and it's going to point more of a 90-degree angle to the right foot here. So it's pointing out to the long side of the mat, and then the hips are following. Shoulders are going to be over the hips, so that when I lift my right hand, it's floating over my right knee. My right knee is pressing out to the right side of the mat. I'm going to lift my left hand and draw the shoulders towards one another as the hands draw away from one another. Warrior Two. Think about the head stacking over the heart, over the hips. And the gaze might be over the right fingertips. So strong. 4 breaths here. Breathing in your intention. Breathing out, letting something go. Just arriving, finding ease. You're doing great. From here, I'm going to slide my right hand forward, shoulders follow, so we're over the right knee now. And my right hand's going to find my right leg. Maybe it's finding the right thigh. Maybe it's the inside of the thigh. Maybe it's my forearm is on the inside of the thigh. Totally up to you. From here, the left shoulder is pressing back. Maybe the left hand lifts high. Maybe it comes to your hip. Extended side angle. So there's still a bend in the right knee, and having this long line of energy from the crown of the head all the way down to the small toe side of my left foot. Really pressing the mat away with that side. Still pressing the right knee out to the right side. You're doing great. 2 more breaths. Find your extended side angle on this side. So strong. From here, we're going to find reverse triangle. So I'm going to bring the head back up, and then I'm going to send the hips back as I straighten the right leg. Maybe there's a tiny bend in the right knee, but it's pretty straight, and my hips are sending back towards my left leg. Cool. From here, the right hand lifts. Doesn't have to come high. Could even just come behind you, pointing the elbow, whatever feels good. And then the left hand can rest on the left leg. Breathing into the right side body. Maybe you find a bit of a bend over towards the left side, or maybe you think about really extending, pointing the crown of the head. Up to you, breathing into the right side. So strong. Beautiful. From here, star pose. So I'm going to drop the right hand. Heels are coming in, toes are coming out. You might keep a little bend in the knees, and then we're going to extend the arms wide. They can be high or they can be as wide as you can possibly make them. Reach to the crown of the head, really press the mat away with the feet. Breathing here, thinking about expanding through the ribcage, expanding through the fingertips, expanding through the crown of the head, really pressing the mat away as much as possible, getting as big as you possibly can for 2 more breaths. So great. Okay, friends, I'm going to drop the hands back, and I'm just going to move to my warrior one on the back of the mat, the back side of the mat now. So the left knee is bent and forward. The right foot is back. Maybe the right heel is lifted. Maybe the right heel is down, and the right toes are pointing out towards the long side of the mat. The hip points are pointing towards the front of the mat, which is now the back of the mat. Okay, and then maybe you lift the hands high. Maybe they come to center. Your warrior one. 4 more breaths. So strong. When you're ready, your warrior two. So the back heel's going to come down if it's not already, and the left toes are going to point, right toes are going to point towards the right side of the mat now. And I'm teeing out my hands. Fingertips are reaching away, shoulders are drawing towards one another. Still pressing the left knee out to the left side. Stacking the head over the heart, over the hips. Choosing yourself for 2 more breaths. So strong. Extended side angle. Slide the left fingers forward. Left arm finds left knee. Right shoulder draws back. Maybe the right hand lifts. Maybe it comes to the hips. I know you're working here. Allowing your breath or your intention or all of it to help you breathe here, to help you be here. Make this pose home for just 2 more breaths. Finding a little ease. So strong. Beautiful, friends. Star pose. Heels in, toes out. Inhale, get really, really big. Exhale, find some ease. Inhale. Extend. Exhale. Let it go. We'll take that one more time, each side, and we'll add on from here. So, warrior one now towards the back of the mat. So the right foot is forward and bent. The left foot is back. Your warrior one. Ankle, heel might be lifted, or it might be resting on the mat. Engaging the core. Noticing your strength. From here, warrior two. Back heel comes down. Back toes point to the long side of the mat. Tee out the hands, open wide. Extend the fingers and then draw the shoulders away from the ears towards one another, down the back. Breathing in, feeling that expansion. Energy in the front body, really open through the clavicles, Wide shoulders. And then exhaling, drawing the shoulders down towards one another, sending that energy down towards the back body. Extended side angle. We're sliding the right hands forward. Right hand finds right leg. Left shoulder draws back. Maybe you take a different variation on this side. Be here for 5 breaths. You got it. So strong. Core is still engaged here. Really supporting through the center line as much as possible. Supporting the back body. You got this. Reverse triangle. Send the hips back. Front leg straightens. Right hand lifts. Maybe it's just in the elbow. Left hand draws down. 3 breaths here. When you're ready, we're going to find full triangle. So the hips are going to stay, the legs are going to stay, and just like we did an extended side angle, I'm going to slide my shoulders forward. And then right hand finds right thigh, left shoulder draws back. Maybe you bend from the hips a little further forward. Maybe you keep this really tall, reaching long. For 3 more breaths. You've got this. From here, let's drop the left hand down. We're going to find pyramid pose. So I'm going to step my left foot forward, and my left toes are going to point towards the front of the mat here. And my left heel is going to find the mat. So they might be pointing out a little bit towards like the left corner of the mat. You can keep a tiny bend in the right knee. And we're going to point the hips again towards the front of the mat here. Maybe the hands draw behind you, holding one another. Maybe the hands come to the hips. Maybe the hands find a wall or something sturdy close to you as we hinge from the hips for pyramid pose. So maybe you just find a bit of like an angle here, just a bit of a bend. Maybe you find a 90-degree angle. Maybe your forehead comes all the way to your right knee. Now think about sending the left shoulder down, right shoulder up. So we're squaring the shoulders for the mat. So much strength still drawing the navel into spine to support the back body. And you might notice here is a deep stretch in the hips, the backs of the legs. What do you notice? Beautiful. Okay, friends, we're going to take it on the other side. So maybe you step the left foot forward or step to the back of the mat. So the left knee is forward, the left knee is bent, and the right leg is back. Warrior 1. You know where we're going. Trust yourself. When you're ready, Warrior 2. Take your time. Be conscious of your transitions here, arriving at your own pace, making your own shape, finding some ease. Every exhale, letting something go. Every inhale, committing. You got this. When you're ready, extended side angle, slide forward. Left hand finds left leg. There's still a bend in the left leg. Right shoulder opens up behind the right shoulder opens up behind the left shoulder. Right hand might lift high, might come to your hip. Gaze could be high, could be down. So strong, you got this. When you're ready, reverse triangle. Hips come back and front leg straightens. Left hand lifts high. Maybe you find a side bend. Maybe you really extend the left elbow, the left fingertips even if you want, all the way up. From here, full triangle. So legs stay where they are, hips stay where they are. We're just gonna slide the left hand forward, left hand finds left thigh, right shoulder opens up, sends towards the back. So strong. You got this. Might be a tiny little bend in the front leg. When you're ready, let it go. And we're going to step the right foot back, right foot forward. Sorry, right heel comes down. And then point the hips towards the front of the mat. That is closest to your left foot. Okay. From here, there might be a tiny little bend in your left knee, and then we're going to fold forward. So you might find that sturdy piece of furniture in front of you. Thinking about bringing the right hip forward, left hip back. Right shoulder is pointing towards the mat. Still reaching through the crown of the head. So the back body is active here, not falling as much as possible. Really lifting up through the core, extending through the spine. Noticing the sensations you find here. 3 more breaths. Allowing it to settle, to find ease. Yeah, you got this. Okay. From here, head over heart over hips. And then we'll come to our Tadasana. We're going to find our chair pose. So bring the weight of your body into your heels. Tuck the tailbone. Bend the knees slightly so that you can still see your toes if you look down. And think about pointing the tailbone for the mat. So recommitting that. You decide how deep you bend your knees. Hands can come towards one another in front of the chest, or biceps can draw, lifting up towards the ears, fingers reaching for the sky. Drawing the navel into spine. Drawing the thighs towards one another. Activating the glutes. Recommitting to pointing the tailbone for the mat. Or tucking the hips. Fingers are light, maybe so light that they can wiggle. Fingers. And toes too. Toes are light as well. Shoulders drawing away from the ears. I know you're working here. 2 more breaths. So strong. Beautiful. When you're ready, we're going to drop the hands, press through the left leg, so much so that the right foot feels light. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left leg. Maybe it's crossing over the shin. Maybe it's crossing above the knee for figure 4. So allow the right knee to really open out as much as possible. From here, you can bring your hands to heart center. You might bring your hand to a wall nearby or your sturdy piece of furniture. Still keeping that sensation of tucking the hips, pointing the tailbone for the mat. Maybe you find a little bit of a bend in the left knee, sinking the tailbone down. Maybe you don't. Skip it, whatever. Your figure 4. So pressing through the right heel. So right foot is active, coming in and out of it as you need for 3 more breaths. So strong. You got this. Beautiful. Let it go. And we'll switch sides. Find your chair for 3, for 2, for 1. Press the mat away with the right leg. Left ankle crosses over. Might cross at the shin. Might cross above the knee. Maybe you bend the right knee. Still tucking the hips. Pointing the tailbone for the mat. Coming in and out of it as you need. For 3 more breaths. You got this. So strong. Beautiful. Let it go. Come out of it easily. Maybe shake the hips from side to side. And then, my friends, we will come to lie on our bellies. And my left leg is going to be extended long. And my right leg, Actually, I'll show you the other way. My left leg's gonna be extended long. My right leg's going to find my pillow and bring it alongside my right hip, and I'm going to bring my right knee onto the pillow. So see if that feels good. Allowing the right hip to really sink down for the mat. You decide where your right heel is. It might be right below your right knee. It might be pointing towards your left leg. Totally up to you. Just finding a deep stretch for 4 more breaths. Allowing the head to be heavy. Allowing the muscles of the right leg especially to release, the glutes to release. Just letting this pose be a passive stretch. And then maybe from here, you just grab your pillow, extend your right leg long, lift your left knee onto the pillow. I'm just going to switch sides. I'm not hiding. Opening the left knee out onto the pillow and allowing the left hip to really be heavy. Find as much of your chest on the mat as you can. You can always rest your forehead on your stacked hands or stack the fists. For 3 more breaths. Beautiful. And then from here, friends, we're going to find our last pose. So maybe you come to lie on your back. The pillow might feel good underneath your knees or underneath your head. Maybe you prefer to lift your legs up against the wall, the legs up the wall pose. You might, if you're resting on your back, you might shimmy your shoulders together, create a shelf for your heart. You might be resting on one side or the other. The resounding response from my friends this week is that a long final resting pose is the best part about a long intentional yoga practice. So this time of rest, we're going to take it in silence. If you like to find some music, go for it. And then I will bring us together to close out our practice. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Release the muscles of the face. Close the eyes or soften the gaze if that feels better. Allow the body to be heavy and to take these few moments of rest. this rest is where you want to stay here. And if you're ready to move on, start to deepen your breath. Elongating the inhales, elongating the exhales. And then maybe you wiggle your fingers or your wrists or toes or your ankles, might shimmy your shoulders or your hips. And then if you're not already there, take your time to get into a comfortable seat and we'll close out our practice together. So just like we started the practice, I invite you to bring your hands together, rub your palms together for some heat, maybe even some good thoughts. If it can't be good thoughts, then it's okay. Maybe you keep your hands, palms facing one another in front of your chest. Maybe you bring that warmth to your heart or your face or your belly. You're important already. You always were. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in this practice. Thank you for creating this time for yourself. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care.